Hey everybody, it's Andrew again here with another Axis and Allies miniature video. Here's my German army, and this video is basically going to be a German strategy and just an overview of my army, just so y'all can have an idea of what everything I have in just my German army. It's my best army overall just because we always seem to get German units out of the booster packs, and then there also are just better units in the entire game. They're a little overpowered, but there's definitely my favorite team to use in this game. So yeah, we'll just get into this video and I'll just tell you what strategies I do with my team that's unique to my army and just how to win with Germany and overall. Okay, so first thing you have to take in consideration is the map. So if it's a big desert map like this, it's kind of hard to tell everything. But if Germany's defending an objective or something, the best thing you want to use are the 88s and artillery. The two reasons why is because artillery can't really move fast, but if they're defending, they don't have to move, and they're cheaper than tanks. Here's the 88. It's the best defensive artillery in the game. You know, it's only 20. That's a medium tank, and it can take out any any Allied tanks. Here's my other one. The bad thing about this game is these barrels bend. You can see that. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, but we just play with it. And so if it's a big open map, like most of the desert maps, you definitely want to use as many 88s as you can, and then use these other artillery. They're great. And if it's a big map, but if there's a lot of force, another great artillery unit to use is the Hummel. This has splash damage, and if it has a spotter, which we use any unit within a medium range of a unit, and it has extended range like 20 or 16, so it can shoot. It could be hidden off, and it can just be shooting their units from way behind the enemy lines and just destroy all the infantry. Speaking of infantry, this is my infantry. This is what happens when you get as many boosters packed as I've got. You just get a ton of infantry that more than you ever need. These are just regular infantry, and this is like their greenhorns worth 2. It's pretty bad. Here's a cool unit. It's a flamethrower. This is kind of Panzers, just kind of like a German bazooka. And then these are just the MP40, but they're veterans, so they're pretty good. They're only 4, and I think they're. And then here's a whole bunch. I got 5 SS Panzer Grenadiers, which really are just one of the best overall infantry in the entire game. Let's see if I can find the card. But yeah, then I got 2 German machine gun teams. They have the best machine gun team in the game. We put those out here. Defense against airplanes. They pretty much can take down anything. Airplanes that comes after you. Okay, here's the SS Panzer Grenadier. Defensive 5. Normal infantry's 4. And so that's really good. You put this guy next to the SS officer, and his ability, if they get disrupted and if they survive the round, that next round, his ability can remove that disrupted marker. So sometimes what I do is you can get 2 of these guys out here, because they can't do it for themselves, but if there's another SS officer next to them, they can do it for their adjacent officer. And so if you put a machine gun team, an SS officer, and an 88 together, it's pretty much indestructible, because the 88 defends against any tanks, the machine gun defends against any infantry, and then the SS helps heal them a full round quicker. And so if the 88 gets disrupted, it's considered an infantry, and so it can remove that, and that's one thing I do to swing the balance into my favor in the game. So yeah, one of my favorite things to do on a big open map is use an 88 SS officer and a machine gun team, and then good luck trying to get that. The dice has to go against you or something for that not to happen. And these is my Air Force. I only got 3 planes. And they're all just regular planes. None of them are kind of good at taking out tanks. This is a jet fighter, and its ability is to, when it rolls, if it gets a 6 against an enemy aircraft, it counts as 2 hits. And so this plane can take out Spitfires and anything, any allies. It's overpowered, but you know, it's a cool unit to have because it's a jet fighter. There's very few of them. And here's this is my Jag Tiger. It's a very good unit. It has the thickest armor, the biggest gun, and it's just kind of ridiculous. Here's the Tiger 1. It's just a lot smaller in comparison. And here's a Panther. The Panther's the best tank over on the game because you can't flank it. It's a great medium tank with has a better gun than the Tiger 1, which has extended range 12 and the Tiger's only 10. And so it can take out Shermans before Shermans can come in range of it. And then here's the Nashorn. The Nashorn has weak armor, but it's basically like a tank hunter or a tank sniper. It can just destroy tanks. It has superior optics. I said in my other video where it can shoot over 1 hex. One of the things I want to do is buy the Flames of War Nashorn, and then so it could be a full size because this is the old version. It's just so much smaller. I mean, it should be quite a bit. It should be just as big as that Tiger 1, but it looks like a little. It just looks like a little miniaturized. It doesn't look right. And here's all my Panzers. As you can see, I have a lot because they're pretty common. This is a Panzer 4, Panzer 3, 3, 2. This is Panzer 4 Commander, Panzer 3 Tank Destroyer. It's a what is it called? A Jag Panzer. This is a Panzer Flamingo. Has a speed of 4. It's pretty of a fun unit. It's as a flamethrower, and so it can go and you can go like kind of just running into a tight area and hope to get 3 6s. If you get 3 6s, you automatically kill whatever unit you're attacking, but it can only do that one away. And then here are just some odd things like the truck. The truck's good to move your 88 if you need to, but just got to be aware it has weak armor. So if the 88's in there, and then an enemy aircraft attacks it and kills it, it kills not only the truck but also the 88, and if it was carrying another unit. So I always make sure there's no aircraft before I move my 88, and that's kind of hard to do sometimes. So that's the biggest drawback, is that 88s can't move on their own. They need this big truck. They can't use a half truck like this one because this is too small to move it. And then this is just a truck with an anti-aircraft gun. I've never even used it, to be honest, because I don't like playing with planes. If I do, I'm going to go defensive against planes. I don't use that. I just throw a bunch of machine gun teams out here. My brother, he likes to put out, we have 5 machine gun teams with Germany, and so he likes to put out 3 or 4. He thinks it's funny. It's really annoying because then your infantry just gets mowed down by them, and they're the best machine gun team. And then this is some anti-infantry artillery. It has rockets. Once per game, it can do splash damage to like a hex. It's alright. There's just so many units to use with Germany that it. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling on, but German army's so huge. Essentially, the strategy is there's so many units I have that whoever's playing against me doesn't know what I'm going to do. So I might go heavy. I might put a bunch of Tigers, Jag Tigers, my King Tiger, or I might go light and put my 2 Panthers out there. And if I use my 2 Panthers and then I support them with Panzers, then I save money that way, and I can throw a lot of them out there, and they go toe-to-toe pretty well against the Shermans and Cromwells. The biggest opponent is the Russians. They have the best tanks comparison, but you know, overall, every unit's solid. They're from their artillery to their infantry to their machine guns. I don't have a good fighter. I mean, this is a good fighter, but the biggest drawback with this guy is that he can't attack infantry if they're in cover, and so he's just good at taking out enemy aircraft so that you can gain air superiority. And so if the infantry is hiding in woods and lakes, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, this is a Stug. This is a good cheap unit, and yeah, I like it just because it's a good tank destroyer. It has a decent gun on it, and then I got some vehicles. The vehicles aren't that important. I got a Whelps. The Whelps pretty good. It's just that I have a Hummel over here, and the Hummel's just better, and it's almost the same price, so I never really use the Whelps anymore. I used to use it. And this is a truck. It has strike and fade, and it has a big gun on it, and it has weak armor, so planes can kill it, but it's good at strike and fading and taking out tanks. So yeah, this is my army. This is all the cards. It's kind of mayhem right now, but it'll be all right. It's kind of 2020 in general. But yeah, this is my overall army. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed anything. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's been watching the views and everything. But yeah, this is my German army. I got a couple, this is a Panzer Commander, and this is also a Panzer Commander. This Panzer Commander is pretty good. He's kind of expensive. We kind of make rules to kind of lower the price, because if he's the price of a Panther, and a Panther's just better than him. So it's hard to use it. He has ability Ruthless. So if there's a enemy tank or vehicle that's damaged or disrupted, within everything, any vehicles within 2 hex get +1 on attack dice, so he's good at finishing off tanks. But usually when a tank's disrupted or damaged, it's gonna die pretty easily. But you know, it's a nice thing you do. My friend has one too, so you could put 2 of them out there and just really to mess with people, because it's like having +1 is really good. It cancels out cover if they get cover. Yeah, so that's my overall German army. It's my favorite army, like I said earlier. I really don't need anything. The only thing I could use is another fighter, because I just have 3. But, you know, I don't really need it at this point. I mean, if somebody wants to give it to me, I'll gladly accept it. I just need kind of the ace to match the Spitfire, and then also to take out infantry. That's really what I need, because this jet fighter takes out any planes. And then we got, lastly, we got some mortars. My brother likes to use these. These are annoying, but they're very solid. We recently got them, and they just kind of bombard. Here's the card. They're weak, but you know, I think extended range 16 is ridiculous. And if they have an indirect fire, so it's good at it's about as good as a machine gun team, and it has shrapnel, and so there's just so much to this German team. Like the opponents, you never know what army you're gonna go, because you go all Air Force and light tanks, and then you go all mediums and try to outnumber them, or you can just go heavies and stay out in the open and shoot them, because if you have all these heavy tanks like the King Tiger and the Tiger 1s, they just can't, if you keep the Allied tanks far away, they can't kill them unless they have a bunch of heavy tanks, but the heavy tanks aren't as good. So unit versus unit, Germany has the best units by far. Alright, oh yeah, lastly, these are my sand dunes that I made. They look kind of funky, but I like them. These are another project I did. And this is what my brother did. He made a building exactly like this building on the right where the machine gun team's on. We both have machine gun teams, the one that has the machine gun on the roof, I guess. And it's a cool little unit. We can put some units in here. The Panzers fit in well. So we put them in here, like they just parachuted in there. We don't know how they got in there, but we just play with it. And then you can put the little gun out, and then we rotate the building so that it looks like he's firing. But yeah, hey, sorry for the length of this video, but let me know what y'all think. But yeah, y'all take care, and I appreciate the comments and the love my page is getting, and thanks for subscribing and liking the videos. Take care.